Nigeria, welcome to the Tuesday edition of The Conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Bello.
Good morning, I am Ajibola Ojoshola. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, I am Adibimpe Omotayo. It's nice to be back here again.
I am Joy Olu. Welcome to The Conversation.
All right, it's The Conversation, and let's begin on the program today by taking a news point for today. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo is in the news again, and perhaps we can start from him.
Okay, Nigeria's debt profile burden for current next generations. That statement is credited to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has described Nigeria's growing debt profile as a significant burden for both present and future generations. Speaking during a Zoom interactive program tagged Boiling Point Arena on Sunday, Obasanjo expressed concern over the nation's rising debt profile. It was reported that Nigeria's debts had surged by 12.6 trillion in 3 months, reaching 134.3 trillion naira by the end of the second quarter of 2024. This marks a 10.35% increase from the 121 recorded in the first quarter of the year. Reflecting on his tenure, Obasanjo said, "Yes, I was able to secure debt forgiveness for the nation before I left office, but our present debt profile is a problem for both these and the next generation." Despite these concerns, the former president maintained optimism about Nigeria's future, calling for transformative leadership and a robust fight against corruption to improve the nation's trajectory. Obasanjo cited South Korea and Singapore as examples of nations whose progress was rooted in merit-based and integrity-driven leadership. He noted that South Korea's focus on appointing leaders based on merit and Singapore's emphasis on integrity under former Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew are models Nigeria can emulate. The best way to fight corruption is from the top. In South Korea, the leaders make appointment based on merit, and that has become the country's legacy. When I took students from the Olusegun Obasanjo Leadership Institute to meet Lee Kuan Yew, he spoke to them about leadership grounded in trust and integrity. Leadership must be about service, not self-enrichment, Obasanjo said. He also criticized those who view leadership as a means to personal gain, adding that corruption in government could only be eradicated by creating a critical mass of individuals committed to refusing illicit gains.
Well,
Well, some will tell you that taking loans is not a crime.
Exactly, because I've heard that so many times,
Even
even
America is owing.
on this show,
Yeah.
you know.
so many times people have come to say that when you take a loan, it is what you are using the loan for
That
is what
matters.
matters. But you can't stop countries from taking loans. And so taking a loan, taking a swipe at, people for taking a loan, I really don't know why that is being done. But we'll continue to just assume that Baba, his words of expertise are because he was a former president and he's seen it all. President twice as a military and a civilian. So he has experience.
President Emeritus.
President emeritus. He has experience, and so he's speaking from experience. So the ones that the administration can take from his words of advice, let him take, and we can't stop Baba from speaking.
Yeah, and I think his major source of concern is the fact that even sometimes when we take these loans, what do we do? with
So
them?
that's where attention should actually be shifted. So you can't criticize them for taking the loans, but you can breathe down their necks for what they're using the loans for. Are you using the loans for what it was specified for, or are you diverting those loans into other means? So that is where attention should really be. We're not saying don't take loans, but when you take the loans,
Take it for
what
something
infrastructure
productive.
are you building with the loans? How are Nigerians benefiting
From the
from
loans
the
that you're taking.
huge amounts of loans that you're taking? And we also need to remember that paying back is also
And when you don't pay on time,
you can't
The
default.
interest rises. Yeah.
You can't default. All right, that's Baba's story this morning. The second story this morning was still about the economy, and of course, Nigerians yesterday got an assurance of a better economy next year from the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun. The minister expressed optimism that the country was gradually moving away from factors that has impacted negatively negatively on its economy and the citizenry. Edun gave the assurance at a meeting with the House of Representatives Joint Committee on National Planning and Economic Development and Finance on the proposed 47.9 trillion naira 2025 budget. The minister gave an overview of next year's appropriation bill. It said that going by the projection on increased revenue next year, and as other measures being taken by the government, there are indications that the country was moving away from factors that had in the past impacted negatively on the Nigerian economy and affected its people. Edun said the signs show positive indications of a positive performance of the country's economy in 2025. I'll leave it at that. So,
Yeah, something for us to look forward to in 2025, according to the minister, the coordinating minister of the economy, here telling us that the economy will be better next year. So all of you who have lost hope, please be hopeful. Renew your hope, going by the assurances given by the honorable minister. Things will be better next year.
Amen.
We are hopeful.
The figures are tilting towards that direction.
And
well,
how much is the dollar now? I heard it as
I think it's a bit down now.
I think about 1.5 or 1. It's gradually
Things are getting better.
But you know the thing I have noticed
Bola, now it will come down.
is that
Don't worry.
Aside that, when things are on the positive, it is always very low. You don't hear noises about them. But when things are on the increase,
Oh my.
people will shout. And you know why? It is because those who take advantage of that moment
Situation,
when
yeah.
things are getting high, they are angry now.
Yeah.
They are angry at the moment that
Because the conversion rate is low.
yes.
low.
Why now?
Why now?
Why now?
Why now? But some have even attributed it to December. You know, there's a lot of people are coming in to the country with their foreign currency.
However it is, we hope that it will go further. And like Edun said, in 2025, there are projections. You would always project.
Some people don't want it to.
Ajibola is the greatest pessimist I have seen in my life.
Go lower like 1,000, 1,002, 1,003.
Ajibola, I did not put a price. Me, I have learned my lesson. I don't put figures.
You don't put figures.
I don't put figures to things anymore. I'll say, okay, let's just be positive that it will come down. But as low as it will come,
We don't know.
you will not quote me.
You were going to say something.
Yeah, I
Joy.
saw a post of a woman who was shouting and saying that she bought at 1,700 and now it has come down and she's hoping that the thing goes up again.
See them, because she wants to sell or what? You see? Because hoarders, those are the
Hoarders.
hoarders.
They know
Yes.
themselves.
Let's take your story.
Okay. German president arrives Nigeria today to meet Tinubu and Soyinka. Germany's president, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, will arrive in Nigeria today for a 3-day official visit, which will run until December 12, 2024. During his stay, Steinmeier will meet with key Nigerian leaders, including President Bola Tinubu and the President of the Economic Community of West African States Commission, Dr. Aliu Toure. In Abuja, Steinmeier will discuss bilateral relations with Nigerian officials before traveling to Lagos. There, he will engage with business representatives, visit a startup hub, and meet with prominent figures from Nigeria's cultural and civil society sectors, such as artist Dr. Nike Okundaye and Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka. I'll go further down to look at what exactly he's doing in Lagos. The German president will be with Dr. Nike Okundaye, popularly known as Mama Nike of the Nike Art Gallery, and the legendary author. There will also be an opportunity to tour the city of Lagos and gain insights into the urban development of a megacity, including environmental and social challenges. That was where I was really going to. Lagos, the mega city. Everybody wants to come to Lagos.
I'm sure that we'll all remember that Mr. President has been to Germany.
Yeah.
And during that visit, he also met with Nigerians in that country and a couple of other businesses who've promised that they would also reciprocate by coming to Nigeria. And now that the Chancellor will be here, I'm sure he's also coming to see firsthand what Nigeria has to offer, and Lagos indeed. So I'm positive that this will also open, foster better relationships, especially on trade and investment for Nigeria and Lagos State. I do hope that Lagos State will be able to tap into the power sector of Germany. And now that we've also signed you know, the Lagos State Electricity Board bill on the power sector, hopefully this would also, you know, bring about some kind of positive investment into Lagos.
So, Mr. President is not just traveling around the world
working.
for nothing. We are beginning to see the impact of his
Yes.
trips. Now, I remember that there was an agreement that we signed with Siemens during the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yeah.
So these are part of the gains of the trips.
Okay, Joy, let's take
Right.
a story.
Sanwo-Olu opens Ifako Road Bridge. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Monday unveiled the Abiola Onijemo Link Bridge, with a bridge in the Ifako-Jaya local government area of the state, and also launched the Alakpere pedestrian bridge. The Abiola Onijemo Link Road with bridge provides a strategic connection linking the Abiola, Ajayi, Ogba, and Obawole, Iju-Shaga communities, which are separated by a 25-meter swamp belt. The project covers a total length of 643 meters, including a 135-meter reinforced concrete bridge with retaining walls. The infrastructure features 7.3 meters wide carriageways alongside slip roads, walkways, and solar-powered street lighting tailored to meet the needs of the growing population. Abiola Onijemo Link Road with a bridge is one of the 36 newly constructed roads and bridges scheduled for unveiling by Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. Speaking at the unveiling, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who earlier handed over to the public the newly constructed Alakpere pedestrian bridge, said the Abiola Onijemo Link Road with a bridge embodied his administration's commitment to addressing long-standing challenges faced by the people of Lagos. Quoting him, "Today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey to build sustainable communities, improve connectivity, and enhance the quality of life for all Lagosians. It is with immense pride and joy that we unveil the Abiola Onijemo Link Road with bridge, a vital infrastructure project that links Abiola Street and Onijemo Streets, separated for decades by a canal that created a divide between these two vibrant communities." This is a good one.
It's a week of projects in Lagos, and so yesterday saw not only that road being commissioned, I think 2 other projects across Lagos were also commissioned for use. And again, listening to what Mr. Governor said there in Ifako-Jaya yesterday, where he was describing where that project you know, was cited, he did say that it's more or less like a valley between 2 communities that were totally cut off from one another. And so now it's going to be easier for residents and commuters in that community or in those communities to be able to go about their daily businesses. And so again, when governance goes into the interior, you appreciate governance more.
Yes.
And I think that's what we saw yesterday. We do hope that this administration will continue to impact more communities, especially with projects and facilities that will make life more bearable.
That particular road and bridge is a big relief for residents of that particular community, because immediately after my service, I lived in that area. Abimbola, anytime it rained,
It was a problem.
it was always a problem. And I remember that when we started Access 57, we visited that particular parts of that area a couple of times. It had a wooden bridge, and you know, people lost lives there.
Right.
So we must thank this particular government for at least
looking
that way, and of course providing those people with the needed infrastructure.
Okay. Well, kudos to Mr. Governor and his team as they do more for Lagos. Let's quickly head to the X platform this morning and take a look at one of our many trending stories. Of course, yesterday, the news broke that Dele Farotimi, the lawyer embattled with Are Afe Babalola, had been granted bail in Ekiti State to the sum of 50 million naira, and of course is to also deposit his international passport in the court. Has he been able to raise the money?
Abimbola,
50
he
million.
will. And aside from the 50 million naira, the what is it called now? There's a particular name they use for them.
Was that
The surety?
Yes, would also drop. I think it's CFO. It will also publish it.
yes, no.
The conditions are
high-profile
quite
case.
complex.
Yeah.
So,
And I think what a lot of people also
and that
had
property must be in Ekiti.
Can you imagine? Now, because if you're standing bail for somebody, is it in Lagos that the everything has to be in the
And
states
a lot
that
of people will be very careful.
Yes, because of the nature of the case.
Because of the nature of the case and because of Baba.
Baba Lola.
Baba lawyer.
Baba Lola. And I think also yesterday a lot of Nigerians felt bad that Dele Farotimi was handcuffed.
Yeah,
When he
That was
It's not a criminal.
He's not a criminal. He's not a
And,
criminal.
Well, I don't know.
And our so-called criminals were not handcuffed. I'm not mentioning
Do you know
anybody's
any
name.
criminal?
Which of them?
Do
I'm
you
not
know any
mentioning
criminal?
anybody's
Or our suspects?
I'm not okay.
Or
Our
alleged.
suspected,
Alleged.
alleged criminals were not even.
But there was no
handcuffed
need for Dele to have been
at all.
handcuffed
No,
yesterday.
there was no need for that.
Well, you know, again in Nigeria, sometimes some things, it has come to that level where sometimes you're not even sure what you're saying. Anything can be staged. Anything can be made to look
Like
anybody
real.
can do anything
Yeah.
at the moment for whatever reasons. Nigeria is a place where anything goes, anything happens. So whichever side you are, you could be on Dele's side, you could be on Baba's side. What are you seeing?
The more you look, the less you
Unless
see.
you see.
Yeah, because honestly, I read another angle
Hey,
to
hey.
it yesterday.
And Peter Obi also visited Baba to go and plead on behalf of Dele. You know, Dele is a strong supporter of the Labour Party.
Yes, no,
Yes.
he's an obedient.
Yeah.
You don't want to share that other angle that you
Yeah.
read.
I'll look for it.
You don't want to share it?
On air.
Eh.
There's libel and defamation.
Okay. Let's just stay clear. Let's stay clear. We'll talk about it off camera.
You want NBC to come and abduct me from here?
But Dele is going to appear in court again in January, I think January 10. And how soon we are going to see the end of this
10
case
days.
is what I don't really know.
Well, the case will be sorted one way or the other when all of the things that needs to be done are done.
Accelerated hearing?
It is well.
Lawyers? A lawyer versus a lawyer.
It is a high-profile case.
Some lawyers are higher than someone.
Like some animals are higher than some.
Some other animals.
All right, those are our trending story as well as our
And
hashtag.
Abimbola, you sent me a particular video about Pep
Leave
Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola alone.
Someone said it was AI generated.
See, again, right now, the way this world is going, believe
be
everything.
So what do we believe?
Believe
At your
everything
risk.
at your own detriment, honestly. But me, I already told you, Pep Guardiola should have left last season. And because he didn't leave last season, whatever happens to him right now, he should take it. And for me, he should not wait till they sack him.
Maybe the offer was tempting.
Offer to put your head in the gallows. Now Mourinho is making fun of him.
Abimbola, if he decides to, can he now say he wants to go?
Of course.
Because
Of
he
course
has
he can.
signed a contract.
Which, yes, he can pull out.
He can.
Will he have to pay back?
He might have to pay back. He might have to pay back a certain amount of money.
Okay.
So, okay, Adebimpe, pay back a certain amount of money and allow your hard
Integrity and record.
to be rubbish.
It's honorable
Because that
to just
is
Because
what
you
it
want to
is
keep money.
gradually going into. And you know that video that I sent to you, though it might have been AI generated, but again, Guardiola put his players he rubbished his players.
He did.
And these are the guys that he's also alleging that they've been rubbishing him in the back room.
So could there be a problem in the dressing room?
It's not impossible. You know dressing room wahala.
Really?
The dressing room forced Mourinho out of Chelsea.
Yeah.
I beg, leave dressing room issues. We need to go. We'll take a quick break.
Joy,
The conversation returns after
football.
this
You
short.
need to.
It's getting interesting because now that I'm hearing of dressing room. Okay.
Dressing room issues.
I want to hear that.
That
I
is
want to
where
hear that
the
drama.
football gets decided. So if players actually want to get rid of their coach, it is the dressing room. If they're going to play well for the coach, it is the dressing room. So when they come out of the dressing room, just look at their body language. that's
Look
the
at their
killer
body
room.
language. A lot more kilo for in Yarrow.
We need to take a break. When we return, our guests will be here on the conversation. And funny enough, it is our birthday. It is the birthday of our guest on the program today. So we'll be wishing him a happy birthday, and perhaps he will also host us.
Hey.
He used to be our former Oga. So today is payback
Is
time.
the hosting for me?
Today is payback time. We'll hold him after the show. So you will meet our guests after the break.